Okay, Rakki Neko, this is gonna go pretty fast, but I'm gonna do some of this. I'm sorry for the bad quality. So I lead off with the Omega. He has a Lucario. He switches out to a Garchomp, which I didn't really penalize him for it being Uber, but because I like a challenge. He Swords Dances up. I protect. No, I Hypnosis for the first time. He Rock Slides. Oh, by the way, it's holding a Quick Claw. So I get the Hypnosis off finally. He switches out also. I switch out to my Tentacruel, named Envy. Then I switch out to my Tangrowth. He Psychics, which I thought that was a surprise. I didn't know that many Lucarios carried Psychic. So then I just for... see, where do I go? I'm checking pokes right now, deciding on what to do. I decided to go for Amnesia, because I have Amnesia on this. Its Aura Sphere did a lot more than I thought, so I switched back out to Envy. He does Extreme Speed amount. Then I decided to go for Surf after he Psychics. I know it's not safe, so I switch out and go to Tangrowth again. He Extreme Speeds, knocking out Tangrowth. I send out my Sharpedo. He doesn't Extreme Speed, and I get the EQ off. He sends out his Torterra. I didn't want to risk it because I knew Torterra's kind of bulky, so now we're in ×2 speed, so it'll be a little bit slower. Now I'm thinking a little bit about what to do. I'm still thinking. Again, I'm sorry about the bad quality of this video. I'm gonna try different stuff. I was just trying out a new camera. I switched to Omega as Death Fodder. See what he's going to do. He Seed Bombs. I switched to Sergeant Z, my Manectric. I go for a Substitute, hoping that he'd mess up somewhere. So, Earthquakes. It obviously breaks the Substitute, because Manectrics aren't the strongest, bulkiest things ever. So I go for another Substitute, again trying to see if he'd mess up or switch or something, but that's Substitute number 2. Don't have a Pataya Berry on this guy yet, so I'm not subbing down to get the Pataya Berry boost. I have an Expert Belt on him at the moment, but I need to get a Pataya Berry. So anybody that has a Pataya Berry that has a spare one, go ahead and give it to me. I need it. So I Flamethrower, hoping that it'll KO, knowing that it may not, because Manectric doesn't have an extremely high base. I mean, it's pretty high. It's better than average, but it's not an extremely high base. I'm losing my train of thought. Base Special Attack. I go for the Ice Beam. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. I could have saved Manectric. Envy would obviously have been faster than Torterra. But I really want to keep Envy because it's the only thing that carries an Ice move. So I figure it's going to do Psychic. So I switch to Sharpedo, named Polar Star. He does Psychic. It doesn't affect him. Yay for me. I go for the ever so obvious Crunch. He switches to a Staraptor, which cuts my attack, which peeved me because I could have probably taken that out. But it only did about a third of its health. So I switch out to... I switch out to Envy, if I remember right, as death fodder. Which I was like, about this time, okay, if this is all he has left, I should be able to take it pretty well. But I'm still thinking. So, I may be getting ahead of myself. Okay, I am switching out to Envy. Yeah, like I said, takes the close combat, doesn't faint, which is a key play. I should have a key play thing, but I don't. Does not get KO'd, outspeeds it, and ice beams it. I was amazed that it outsped Staraptor, because I was expecting it, since it would probably be EV'd in speed, that it would have survived it, or it would have outsped me. So it switches to a Gyarados, and I just feel like I don't have anything else to switch, or a safe switch, so I'm just gonna screw it. Screw Envy. Well, not screw you, Envy. You're a good person. But go for the Ice Beam. Maybe get some fun shacks. Maybe not. It outrages. Excuse me, I had something to drink. And I send out my Raichu, because Raichu Sparky, because Sparky is awesome. Sparky Volt Tackles, takes out the Gyarados no problem. Don't really worry about the recoil. Man, this is really bad quality. But anyway, don't really worry about the recoil. Hit some recoil, did a fair amount, but that's to be expected. Sends out Garchomp, who's still asleep. I sub up, because it does that. Get Citrus Berry. I have a Citrus Berry on it, so I have 5 subs instead of 4. I start to Focus Punch. It woke up. It Sword Stances. Big mistake on his part. I Focus Punch. Because what would be the big mistake of that? I carry Encore on this. Now, I just want it to get more and more powerful as I beat it down with Focus Punch. So, I start building focus again. He switches out to a Alakazam, because I don't care that this isn't very effective, but Alakazam is fragile, so I go for that. I go for another Focus Punch because I have a sub up, and I'm probably not going to outspeed the Alakazam. And even though it's pretty fragile, so if he actually was trying to do a switcheroo thing, so Garchomp didn't have Encore anymore. So sub takes Psychic, smashing its face with Raichu's beastliness. Sends back out the Chomp. I didn't expect him to go for the Sword Stance again. It had a Quick Claw at the beginning, I think, unless it was a Cut Sap Berry, which I thought was a Pinch Berry, so I don't think it was that. And I was worried the whole time, because I knew I could beat it if it didn't have it. If the Quick Claw never activated, which it doesn't, I win this fight. Barely. Actually, no, it wasn't barely. It was really well planned out. So he keeps EQing, which I was hoping that he'd go for the Sword Stance again, which I would really like, because then it would have been a 2-0 instead of a 1-0. But I go for the Focus Punch anyway. If he decides to go for the Sword Stance or whatever, because he knows I can't sub. But he goes for the EQ, and Sparky faints. And I send out my Polar Star Sharpedo. I go for the Waterfall, because Great Stab may flinch. Quick Claw didn't activate. it doesn't completely KO. I have a Focus Sash on this is why I wasn't worrying. Which, it doesn't even activate the Focus Sash. It gets it down to 30, which I was very surprised. Rough Skin comes into play, and I Aqua Jet to KO the Garchomp. Good game. Good game, Battler. Good game, Lucas. I'll see you guys next